Good morning, Year 11. Thank you for taking part. It's more crucial than ever that we actually do some work. I need some evidence to be able to present to the exam board when they need to work out what your grades are. Thank you for doing the mock exams. That's going to take a little bit of time for me to sort of collect all the information together. I've got some emails, some uploaded on Show My Homework, some pasted on Office 365. It's hard enough marking an exam paper anyway, but to try and find all of the details is probably going to be a nightmare, probably going to take me all weekend. If I can't find your work, I may come back to you and ask for you to resubmit it, and I'll tell you how or where. Please do not add anything to the papers. Like I said, that's going to be evidence. That is your mock exam. So don't add anything now. Just leave it as it is. Don't lose them. Keep them safe. We might need them. If we do return to school, then there is a possibility that we could do another mock, a proper mock, and that could go towards your grade. I need as much evidence to send to the exam board for your grade as possible. I have very little. If you think about the last 2 years, we've done a programming task, so I've got your coursework. That's fine. That's going to go some way to your grade. Again, if you tried really hard, that will help, but if you sort of just put things together in a haphazard fashion, then I'm probably going to need some further evidence. I've got the testing that we did in the forms. I'm going to show you here, and this is part of today's lesson. So whatever forms you've done, I've got, but I've got very little in written work, so I do need something from you. So what I've done is I've set up in the course 11A19 CS a new section in the content library called COVID-19. And I'm going to put my lessons in here. Now, I do realise that not all of you can access Office 365, so you might not be able to access what's on here, the video and the presentation. So I have repeated that information as much as I can. So this is what you'll receive in Show My Homework a little bit later on. Well, you should have received it by now because you should have pressed on these links. And I'm trying to give you the links here that I place on the lesson. So I've got the video there, which I have put here, and I've got the presentation. Now the problem is with the presentation, if we go to the link, hold my mouse over the link, you can see it's a really big long address. So I'm going to bit.ly, and I am converting that to a very small bit.ly address. So I've got a very, very small address that doesn't really clog up Show My Homework too much, and I am putting them on here. But I understand when you can probably work out what's going on here. It's a YouTube, but you probably wouldn't know what this is, so I am trying to explain what the links are up here. So hopefully that will be information for you. Don't forget, I really do need some work from you. I'm going to try and get it by the forms. So you're going to complete the answers to these. You're going to have to write extended, not just single word answers. They're long answers required. And these are basically from the lesson. So I've pulled some information from the lesson, which I shall go through later. It's this engagement activity, which is here, but I will also do sort of my own version of what I mean by things. So follow along. Hopefully there may be several videos because it's taken a long time to create them, so I'm trying to make them as small as possible and as quick as possible without having to remake them, because that just takes time and time and time, and I've got 5 lessons a day to do this. So if it takes 2 hours to do one video, that's 10 hours just to make the 5 lessons. So bear with me. There may be issues, there may be problems. If you need to contact me, please do. If you want to Zoom, if you want to do this, you want to do that, we can try and arrange things. But I am pretty busy at the moment, as I'm sure you are too. So the next video you get from me will be the lesson itself.